Hello everybody, welcome. I hope everything is coming through okay. I hope the audio is good. Let me know in the chat as usual. I tried my hardest to make sure that everything was functioning properly this time around, but you guys know me, I say it all the time, it's not a MonoCRYPTIC stream without technical difficulties. But guys, welcome to the very second great Sonic movie debate. I'm joined by a cast of a crew of just incredible Sonic tubers tonight. We got quite this show planned. We're going to be talking about one of the best video game movies released. Really enjoyed this film. Without a further ado, I'm going to let the other guys in. They're going to introduce themselves. And then without any more introduction, we're going to get right into it. So let me undeafen myself really quick so everyone can introduce themselves and we can get into the discussion. All right, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We're good to go.
Okay, we're good to go, guys. If you guys couldn't already tell, I'm joined here today with Matthasnocuts, Teleblue, sorry, and Temzy. If you guys want to go around and introduce yourselves really quick, we can do that before we get into the actual discussion itself.
Yeah, sure. As you already know, my name is Matthasnocuts.
Let's go.
I'm Timzy. I make Kirby videos.
Exactly, bruh.
Facts.
Straight fire.
Hey y'all, Scott here. I'm it's actually Daniel. I don't like being called Teleblue. That's so lame.
Okay, do you want us to call you Daniel for the entire thing?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna call you Teleblue.
He's like, I don't care. I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, but just for the viewers, just so you guys understand how this sort of works, basically how it's gonna go down is first we're gonna go around and give general thoughts on the film, sort of like a mini review for each and every single one of us, and then after that we're probably going to go through and talk about things that we really liked and things that we didn't like, or things we didn't really care for all that much. And then after that we'll talk about the Knuckles show coming next year, and then probably Sonic Movie 3, and then at the very end of the show we'll turn it around to viewer input and viewer comments, so we'll get your guys' thoughts on the film. We could directly interact with you guys and hear what you guys had to say about the movie. And then if you guys have any specific questions you want to ask us, you can ask us those questions. And then we'll kind of go from there. We'll start going down from just how you guys are displayed on screen right now. So we'll start with Matt, then Daniel, then Temzy, and then I'll round it out at the very end, since I'm sort of more of a moderator more than anything else. But yeah, Matt, if you just want to go ahead and give your general thoughts on the film, that type of stuff, and then we'll circle through.
I thought the movie was pretty good. I didn't go in with much expectations because I don't typically like kids films and whatnot, but I just went to go watch it because obviously I'm a Sonic fan. But going in with low expectations kind of made the movie a lot better for me. I thought it was a pretty good film. It's certainly not a great film, let alone, but as a Sonic film, I'd say it's pretty good. I was actually very happy with the results of the film. Definitely not my movie of the year, but as a Sonic fan, it's definitely a great experience, and I think this is the movie that got me on board with movie Sonic for the first time.
Okay, that's good to know. All right, how about you, Daniel?
Okay, yeah. So I came into the film. I was actually super stoked to see it. I was pretty hyped, unlike Matt.
That's
when I actually came out of the film, I was actually pretty disappointed. So yeah, a lot of it didn't click with me at first, but then I saw it a second time, and I could kind of brace for impact with all the stuff that I found kind of off about the film, and I was able to at least appreciate the good about the film. Sonic's dynamic with everyone, all the lore and all the references they had for the film, all of that I was able to appreciate, and I came out really loving the film. I've seen it 3 times already, and yesterday I saw it in 4D, which is pretty crazy. So yeah.
Okay, cool. And I just got back from seeing it in 4D today, so we have a little 4D section at the end 4D. Of this. Yeah, 4D, dude. 4 dimensions, Temsy. But yeah, before we get into that, how about you, Temsy? Let's hear your thoughts.
Well, let's see. In comparison to the first movie, I'll say it was a big step up. Like, there was a lot more lore, there was a lot more focus on Sonic and friends, and it was just overall a better experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say I left the movie feeling like quite satisfied, especially with the ending.
Okay. All right. Heard on that. I would say that I'm actually kind of right where Matt was. I actually made it like a point not to watch any of the trailers or like any of the clips that they were releasing, just because I didn't want to go into the movie with like any expectations either. I think the first movie was just kind of saved from like, you know, a lot of criticism just because of the redesign change. So I kind of wasn't going into this film expecting the worst, you know? Like, I saw the first trailer. I thought it was going to be really sick, but I didn't want to go into it from that angle of like, oh, this is going to be super, super cool, like the best thing ever. And I'm glad I did too, because I actually do really agree with Matt. I think it was like a thing where having no expectations paid off in the end. Because if I did go into that movie with expectations, like if I was really, really excited for it, I think I also would have walked out of the film feeling like really disappointed. But you know, I'm glad I didn't, because it was fun. It was fun for like a kid's movie for sure. But I would agree. I wouldn't say it's like, you know, one of the best movies I've ever seen. Nor would I kind of say like it's my film of the year. And I also don't think it's one of the best video game movies ever made. I think it's one of the most competently made video game movies, if that makes sense. But, you know, I don't know. Like, it's sort of like comparing, like, you know, video game movies already aren't that good. So, you know, you're not really competing against, like, you know, high art, I guess, if you want to look at it like that. But yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed it. Even the kids' humor. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, I was kind of a hater with all of the changes they made to movie Sonic, but after I went to go see the movie again, I just think it's funny. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I just think it's really funny. Specifically the fact that he has like this human family. And they're all just like kind of chill and relaxed with him being around. Like, it's just so funny to me. But before I keep on going, let's instead switch to just talking about, like, do you guys have anything in particular? And this doesn't even have to be in like a specific order, but do you guys have anything in particular that you can think about, like, in the movie kind of rubbed you the wrong way, or something you liked a lot, or anything like that?
Bro, how did they go from being sacrificed into the fire to dancing to Uptown Funk? that I did not like that. I mean, yeah, it was funny, you know, haha, funny kids movie moment, but it doesn't make sense.
No, yeah, I kind of agree with you too. It's sort of like I also think the placement of Uptown Funk, I remember I went to go see it with my friends, and when Uptown Funk came on, he told me afterwards, he was like, I did not expect to hear Uptown Funk in a movie in 2022.
I do not blame him, bro. What kind of song choice is that?
Yeah, he was just like, he was in shock. He was in awe. He was like, I did not expect that coming. Had no idea what was going on there. But yeah, what about the rest of you guys?
I got some that I think I'm noticing that I'm in the minority here, at least in the Sonic fan base.
Okay.
This should be interesting.
Yeah.
I think the wedding scene was garbage.
Like,
and I've noticed it's like pretty divisive there, where some people love it, some people hate it. I don't like it at all.
So like the whole the like every single part of the movie that was in the
like well, not every single part. I was fine with the beginning, but when Sonic and Tails shows up and they get captured, just that scene dragged on for too long. It's like they wanted to introduce Gun to us, but they didn't have to like have Sonic and Tails get captured and, you know, have this weird like storyline between Rachel and this dude who's like a fake agent. And I just didn't care enough. I really did not care about any of that.
Okay. I actually hear you there. What are you guys' Oh no, go ahead, Daniel. Go ahead, actually.
I didn't like the scene either, but I kind of thought it was, I guess, important in a way. Like, because by the end of it, Rachel and Randall do make up. So now there's a gun agent in the family. So I kind of like that new like dynamic they could they could explore in the third movie. But I think they could have just done it like maybe Randall didn't know that.
I can resume it.
Yeah, it should let you.
All right,
as long as you don't end it.
Okay, it looks like it went back. Okay.
All right, we back, fellas.
Are we back? Ooh, I hope that's the last time that happens, though, because I was trying to fix it yesterday, but I thought it was fixed. That's why I streamed yesterday to test it out, but can you see it on your end? Is it live?
Yeah, everything's good.
Okay. All right, cool. Hopefully that's the last time that happens, but go ahead, Daniel, continue.
Oh yeah. When did it cut off?
When you were talking about the gun agent in the family. Also, guys, just to let you know, it's like a technical thing on my end. I have no clue what's going on, but thankfully I can just resume the stream. So if it happens again, that's what I'm gonna do. Sorry about that in advance, y'all. I have no clue what's happening, but the event already started, so I can't really troubleshoot right now. But yeah, go ahead, Daniel. You were talking about.
So basically, I said like I like that there's now a gun agent in the family. They can explore like a new dynamic with that. I guess I'll go into it a little more with the Sonic 3 ideas, but yeah, I just like that there's a gun agent in the family. I think they definitely didn't need to drag it out to have like this weird scene where Rachel and Randall kind of reconnect. I think it could have been done by just having Randall and Rachel just having a wedding, and then the gun agents taking advantage of that and kind of doing it without Randall's permission. That way they didn't need to have this whole scene having the two reconnect, and they could have just gotten on with the story without needing to kind of like when I actually rewatched the movie yesterday, I was actually kind of getting bored at that point. So again, that scene really adds nothing. They could have just cut that off.
Okay, I hear you actually. And I'll be honest too. I think with Temsy with the Uptown Funk scene, when I was watching that today right before the debate, I really was thinking to myself, this does not need to be in the movie at all. There are a lot of scenes in the movie because like again, like I said, like Matt said, I get it, like, you know, haha, it's a kids movie or something. Or no, Temsy said that, sorry. Like you said, haha, it's a kids movie, you know, like blah 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 blah. But there's just a lot of like just dead air is what I call it, because it's like, you know, stuff's going on like on screen, but it's not really like, you know, benefiting anyone or helping anybody, you know. So like that scene was one where I was like, yeah, this didn't need to be in the movie. But yeah, that one scene specifically with them introducing gun and stuff like that, it definitely did like overstay its welcome. And like the movie like picked up after that. You know, I wasn't like too upset because that was only my second time watching the movie, so it wasn't like, you know, I'd seen it like that much, but seeing it a second time definitely had me just like, okay, this is a lot. This maybe doesn't have to be in the movie the way it is, you know. So I kind of feel you guys there, just generally speaking. I was gonna ask, I think the question I was gonna ask before was, what do you guys think about the human family specifically, and like the human characters, because that's something that's, I think, really divisive in the community. I see a lot of people talk about how they like the human characters, but I have my own opinions on that. But I would like to hear what you guys have to say about that first before I get into my stuff.
I like the human characters except for when they take away from the wedding scene. Other than that, I find them perfectly fine.
Okay.
And quite honestly, I kind of like, maybe they should have given Tom a little bit more of a role in that movie, but
yeah, he got sidelined in this one.
Okay, yeah, no, for sure. My thing, I think the only thing for me, and it wasn't even like, I realized this in the movie too, it wasn't even like a complaint necessarily. It's just so odd, and it takes like a little getting used to, just seeing Sonic interacting with these human characters, and they're like a family. Like Sonic has a nuclear American family, and I think it's so funny. I think it's so funny. He has the golden retriever, the house in the suburbs, all that stuff, and it's just so surreal watching it. Even at the end, the scene at the end where they're at the baseball field.
Ice cream with
yeah,
sprinkles.
exactly. And Tails is just in the cab. Come on, Knuckles. Like, that was the funniest thing to me. Just him saying that, come on, Knuckles, and Knuckles jumps into the back. It's so funny to me. It's so funny.
Childhood flashback.
Exactly. Speaking of which, too, I just wanted to say, I think Tails is, like, without a doubt, my favorite part of this movie. He's so funny.
Facts.
He's so hilarious in this movie. Like, the scene where he drives in the cop car, and he's just like, get in! It's just so, so funny. Yeah, I'm on your side. Get in. And it's just so funny seeing his like little tiny baby head just pop out of the car. But yeah, no, that was that for me. What do you guys think about? Yeah, actually, I think that's a good segue. Let's talk about Tails and let's talk about Knuckles and just like general like characterization. Like, how do you guys think it stacks up against the first movie? And like, is there any part of like the way they wrote the characters and presented the characters that like you would change, or not you would change, but I guess you didn't really like, or you could, you would prefer it being done like a different way or something like that?
No, go ahead, bro.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I really like Tails' characterization. I think they did kind of play him up. Like, he's super, like, he's a super simp in this movie, which I kind of get. Like, it's more of an exaggeration of a character trait he would have had when he met Sonic. Mm-hmm. So I think that was kind of a fun way to kind of present Tails. I do have, like, an issue with... I guess it's not an issue with the character, but more so, like... the idea of Tails kind of watching Sonic from another planet, I just don't think it's as charming as the in-game backstory where he just kind of follows Sonic as Sonic's running around. Mm-hmm. And there's, I just think there's a lot more charm in that. But also, it's just kind of like this weird thing where Tails is watching, like, it sounds like Tails is trying to find Sonic, but also his backstory makes it seem like he has already found him, and there's like a bit of like, I'm kind of questioning what's going on in the movie, I guess. And also, after reading the prequel comics, there's also this thing where Tails goes around planet hopping to find Sonic. But again, the backstory is that he's been watching Sonic on Earth, so I don't know why he needs to find him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just kind of confused, like what is like going on in the world.
Yeah.
Like it's Tails seeing Sonic through like just a very simple visualization, so he can't actually ring portal there, or is like I'm just a little confused there.
Okay.
Yeah, which is why I think it would have been just better if Tails was just like following Sonic on Earth. Would have made things a lot more simpler. Mm-hmm. And of course, I'm really glad that Colleen is back, and she's probably like the only current Sonic. I guess Mike Pollock and Colleen are the only voices I like in the Sonic voice cast at the moment. So I'm glad that they got the best out of them to actually voice in the movie. And just generally, this has nothing to do with the movie, but seeing Colleen on Twitter posting about going to the premiere of the movie and just getting all excited, it's really nice to see. Yeah, it's really wholesome, and that's one of the things about the movie that I really love. It's like it's really bringing the community together. Yeah. So even if it's not like the greatest movie in the world, at least like its impact is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and like people are feeling it all throughout the community for sure.
Yeah. I want to talk about Knuckles, but I'll let you go ahead, Temsy, talk about like, Tails or something.
I was gonna talk about Knuckles.
Okay, you can talk about Knuckles first.
Okay.
Alright, thanks, bro. So, I have to say, this is like the best rendition of Knuckles that we've ever gotten. Like, they fixed a decade of I forget the word, but they ruined Knuckles' character recently.
Yeah.
Reversed all that damage. They reversed a decade of damage. And I just love what they've done with the character. Mm-hmm. Like, he's serious, but he's not. He knows how to joke around.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, not fun. He's not like this overly serious, I'm Batman type character,
Mm-hmm.
He can get loose, which I like about him.
He's also not a clown.
Yeah, exactly. There's a balance. There's a sense of balance that they've added for Knuckles.
Yeah, and
which needs to be apparent in games.
One thing, just one tiny thing that I would add on to that too is I like how Knuckles is not like he's not like a hard ass in this film. You know what I mean? Like when Eggman betrays him, like you could tell he's genuinely like upset by it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was nice to see. Just like he seems like socially maladjusted, more so than, you know, just making him like a total idiot like they've been doing in like the games and like, you know, Boom especially. And it sucks because Knuckles, he's such a cool character, so just seeing him, you know, again getting that sort of treatment of like, okay, we're gonna respect him and he respects himself and this guy don't play around, that was super dope to see.
Facts. It's like we got Adventure Knuckles back in a sense. Yeah.
I still like Adventure Knuckles more because he had Adventure Knuckles kind of played more into the introvert aspect of Knuckles that kind of got forgotten after Adventure. But
that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the movie Knuckles. It's the best Knuckles we've had since like Adventure 2. Probably he didn't do much in 06.
But what did you have to say specifically, Daniel? Because you had something to say too.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think like after rewatching the movie, because I know that we spoke about it a little bit earlier, like a week ago.
Yeah.
How I thought Knuckles was kind of portrayed as stupid, but like after rewatching the movie, I do agree. Like he's not stupid, but I feel like some of the writing kind of fails.
Yeah.
To kind of So like I think the best example of this is like the scene where he's reading like the text and he just keeps saying like ... Like I get like he doesn't understand what's happening, but him saying like ... like mindlessly kind of comes off as dumb rather than unfamiliar with technology. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you also have like the scene at the end where he's just like, I think like, you know, where he says like, I'm having the fun, like the way he says it, the fun.
It comes off as kind of weird at the end. That was weird to me.
Yeah.
And then like he was also saying like, ice cream, like what a great reward to celebrate my victory in base of the ball. And he says it in this way, like, you know, when a cartoon character lies, but it's like very obvious that they're lying. It's to make the viewer know that the character is lying, but the actual characters in the show don't know they're lying, like that.
Yeah.
He was talking it that way, which is very off to me, and then it makes him come off as stupid, but I don't think that was the intention.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I can understand that too. Even for me, when I was watching it today, and they got to that end scene, it definitely did kind of come off that way, where they were writing him more so as like stupid, than, because it's like that's a good point. Like he's capable of understanding things. You know what I mean? If they tell him it's called baseball, he's probably gonna say baseball. You know, like not base of the ball. So definitely, I actually do agree with you. I think definitely towards the end it kind of got a little weird, but I also wouldn't be surprised if that was more so like a general like the script was not as strong as it could have been, you know, or the writer specifically, because that's what I was wondering when I was watching it today. It was just like all the pacing issues and all that type of stuff. It kind of reminded me of, funnily enough, it reminded me of Endgame, where that movie was just like long for the sake of being long, you know, and there's a lot of stuff in that movie I felt could have gotten cut out of it. I kind of got the same vibe from this film, where I was like, it could have been more condensed and more concise, and there's like a lot of extra fluff, you know. And I was trying to ignore it just because I was trying to just like enjoy the movie, but the writer in me was like paying attention to that low key, and I was just like, yeah, I feel like you could have cut out like at least like a solid like 45 minutes of that movie. And I feel like if that movie was written as like a really tight 90-minute movie, I feel like it would have been a lot stronger. 90 to like maybe like a 100-minute movie or something like that. Like I feel like that would have been a lot better than the 2 hours and like 2 minutes it's at right now. So
I don't know. I've heard that critique a lot, but the only scene that I've actually noticed that the movie is pretty long is that wedding scene. Every other scene, I was like,
We get it,
invested in
man.
the movie,
You hate the
did not
wedding
even notice it. Yeah, but like the wedding scene was the only thing that like took me out of it. I didn't even notice how long it was like by the end of it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I set my expectations too low.
Okay. No, that's fine. I mean, if you didn't have see any issues. Okay. I hope it went back live.
Oh man, we're live.
All right, look.
Wow, Timsy, why'd you say all those controversial things?
Timsy, how could you say that when we got cut out? That's so crazy, Timsy.
I believe in free speech. I had to say it.
How could you say that?
I had to say that.
Yeah, you guys keep talking. I'm just gonna leave a comment and like pin it just to let people know OBS is just like crashing randomly.
You should do the Expel strat and just use Bandicam.
Dude, let's go.
Does that still exist?
I don't know.
Bro, I haven't used that since like 2015.
Man, I used to use that to record Pokemon ROM hacks.
Okay, I'm just letting them. My answer.
Alright.
Okay. So what were we talking about before? We were talking about
Pacing.
The pacing time.
the pacing. Yeah, the pacing. What's it called? But yeah, no, I can. Yeah, I like. Even for me, when I was watching the film, I was trying not to, cause like, it's not a thing where I think the movie is like, oh, it's unwatchable without the pacing issues or anything like that. You know, it's not like that. I actually don't think it's like too crazy. It was just a thing of like, I feel like for sure it's possible. I think that's the best way to put it. Not that it needed to be shorter, but it was very possible to have a shorter, more concise film that just was a lot tighter, like as a general screenplay, I think. But that's just me. That's just my opinion.
Get rid of that one.
Okay, so we talked about Tails and Knuckles. One thing I did want to say about Tails too is you were talking about how his like relationship to Sonic and how he sort of got there in general didn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I would actually agree. I feel like there are a lot of just really weird points in the film. Like that one scene where Sonic is running on the water and then he just like falls into the water and he wakes up on the island. I don't know. Just that was just like, I remember the first thing I thought was just, that's very convenient. And the movie kept going. Yeah, exactly. And the movie just kept going and I was like, oh, you know, what are the odds he ends up on the exact island he was trying to go to? And it was like,
I mean, I wouldn't say that's not like he is running at super fast speed. Like, I think it makes sense that he would still like at the very least kind of use that like momentum to just kind of fling his unconscious body to the island.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, yeah, I can kind of get that for sure.
Yeah, I just thought it was more like sorry.
It's just a lifeless hedgehog corpse flying through the sea.
Yeah, and he just lands on the shore.
Yeah, I thought it was just a strange dramatic like point, just like, oh no, what's gonna happen? Oh, he's there already. Like, I think it logically made sense. It was just from an audience perspective, it was just kind of like weird.
Okay. I feel you there. I get you. But no, that's like, disregarding that. Sorry, I was just gonna say I actually did kind of think the whole Tails internet kid thing was kind of cute. I don't know, little Tails is just adorable in that movie. Like even the scene, the little dance scene in that like shack or whatever, that like restaurant in Siberia. Just when he started freaking out, I love that scene where he just starts freaking out. He's like, I'm not brave like you, Sonic, I can't do it. And Sonic is just like, okay, dude, let's go, let's do it. You know, that was adorable. I love that.
Not gonna lie, I thought after this movie I was just gonna see Sunails all over my Twitter.
Really? Yeah, I wouldn't.
I thought that was all.
I wouldn't even be surprised by that. It was just so. It was nice to see that. Like, I think my only thing definitely would have been like, they literally knocked Tails out for like half of the movie. and I have no clue why. Like, he was literally just like lifeless for like half of the film.
CGI's expensive, man.
Yeah, I guess that is it, huh?
They don't have to animate him.
Yeah, but yeah, that's probably would have been like my only thing. Is it would have been cool to see more of Sonic and more of Sonic and Tails like together, as opposed to what's it called, having them be together for like a little bit and then all of a sudden, bam, he's knocked out, he's gone, he's out of commission. But with that out of the way, I feel like we talked about all the major talking points that we kind of needed to go through. I think the last thing would be, I guess we already started kind of getting into the negative stuff, though. I guess before we get into, I think a couple of things I want to get your guys' opinions on were sort of just like the general execution of like incorporating all of the old school Sonic elements with like the movie continuity, because something I noticed in when I was watching it was just it's becoming this big like mishmash of just like all of Sonic continuity, which makes sense because the series has been, you know, around for like over 30 years at this point in time. But just sort of like how you guys, like your opinion specifically on just like what's it called, how they sort of started to blend together all those Sonic elements, and then like how they, you know, sort of like incorporated some of the references and all that type of stuff. Like, you know, what do you guys have to say about that? And actually, I do want to talk about all the, well, I guess this actually does kind of fit into that question itself too. We just specifically talk about all the lore translation details and stuff. Because, you know, in this universe, Sonic and they're like really just like aliens and stuff, you know what I mean? So just like how they translated some of the finer details, like the Master Emerald, the Chaos Emeralds, like what I was going to say before was Super Sonic. I want to actually talk about Super Sonic and how you guys, your opinions on how that was done. As well as, you know, the whole Death Egg Robo scene and all that sort of stuff. I feel like the third act of the film, like the last act of the film, kind of deserves its own discussion, because I feel like that's when a lot of the big Sonic stuff sort of came together, at least like on the big screen, you know what I mean? So in whatever order, again, you know, just whoever has something to say first.
I think it's great. It's a different interpretation of Sonic, which I'm all for. I like different interpretations of characters because no matter what like story you're writing, for as long as it goes on, eventually you start having plot holes and characters start changing and it stops making sense with the original idea of the story. So making a new interpretation is like a retelling of the story. That is something fresh and new. We see it all the time with like Batman, Spider-Man, other you know, franchises and whatnot. So I like to see Sonic have this, and I like being able to see it's like now we have to theorize like what are they gonna put in the next movie? Is this just gonna be a Sonic Adventure 2 movie, or are they gonna put 06 elements in it? What are they gonna do in this movie? And
right,
I kind of like how they could just slap multiple things in there. And
right.
It's a different interpretation. I appreciate it. It's not my favorite interpretation, but I like it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I feel you. What about you guys?
Going with that, I like how the Chaos Emeralds originally existed inside the Master Emerald, but then it became separate entities. I thought that was like a really interesting take on it, especially how the Chaos Emeralds are like split like the Dragon Balls. Even Tyson Hess said that was intentional, that it was supposed to be like Dragon Ball. I remember seeing it on like a form board or something, I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it was a really unique take, and yeah, to be honest, the part with Super Sonic, we were all expecting it. If you weren't expecting it, then you're not really a Sonic fan.
I'm not a Sonic fan. I wasn't expecting that. I was surprised. I swear to God, when he came on the screen, I was like, Super Sonic! But continue, bro.
But yeah, man, it was, like you said earlier, like I didn't really have expectations high, but I kind of guessed what was gonna happen. I'm like, okay, I know Shadow's gonna be there. I know there's gonna be Supersonic. It's quite obvious, especially with how Jeff Fowler said they're not gonna follow the games 1-to-1, but they are gonna do like major plot points or some shit like that. I can't remember the tweet. So yeah, that I think it was just really cool the way they laid it all out.
I got one question about Supersonic. Like, can he summon things? Because like, it's been a while since I've seen the movie, so I don't know. But like, I'm pretty sure he had like a chili dog fly out of the sky.
Yeah.
He had multiple actually.
Yeah, so the way they described it was they said the Master Emerald, how it works is it turns thoughts into reality. So that's what Longclaw said, little Sonic mommy. That's what she said.
Big fan of that dude.
And that's another thing. I saw that's like a reference to 06, if not 06, the adventure games. I remember there was one quote about Chaos's thoughts into power or some kind of shit, and you can like make reality.
Yeah. Maybe it was in Takal's Prey, or maybe that's some sort of.
Yeah, I know Takal definitely said something like that.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that was where it comes from. But wait, you said you didn't like that, Daniel, or?
Yeah, okay. So like in the games, this is confirmed lore by the Sonic lore master here. The Chaos Emeralds turn thoughts into power. So I think that makes sense. So you get like super forms and stuff. Sonic becomes like the super powerhouse. In the movie, it says it turns thoughts into reality. So I think that kind of. There's a difference there. You know what I mean? So in the game, it's like Supersonic. He becomes super powerful, but he's not like. He's not like a god, but in the movies, now that they said that it turns thoughts into reality, it's kind of like, how powerful are the Chaos Emeralds? Are they literally like gods if they obtain it? Like, which is another thing. Like, I felt like the third act wasn't really clicking too much for me because they kind of set like this really high bar for the Master Emerald. So it's like like through the fight, I was just like thinking like, isn't Eggman like a god right now? Like, how is it kind of this easy to kind of take him down? But yeah, so that's why I'm not too fan of the whole thoughts into reality things. I think they should have kept it like as thoughts and as turns thoughts into power.
Actually, okay. I kind of agree with him. It's like I see so many stories do this where they give a character literal god powers and he's like the villain or something. Yeah, it's like, how do you write around that? Like, right. You have to give the protagonist god power. Like, the villain can just summon like something much bigger to get the job done. Like, why didn't Robotnik think of like summoning millions of robots to take over the city or anything like that?
Yeah, no, that's a good point too, because Supersonic, he came in and he cleaned house, but they were on par with the Master Emerald powered Death Egg Robo, so it's sort of like, definitely like a kind of a fault in the logic there, because by their standards, the Death Egg Robot, because the Death Egg Robot was still birthed from the Master Emerald, so shouldn't it be like on par with Sonic, or
I wouldn't say that, because Eggman is controlling it using the Master Emerald, but now that he's lost it, it's just like a regular robot now.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, like, they could have used the emeralds to, supply natural resources for the planet. But they kind of, they kind of just like
he made a silly dog.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, did anyone catch the reference to the Genesis manuals?
Oh yeah, in that.
Yeah, the robot.
Yeah, and the robot. Yeah, that was 100%. So sick. That was so
I thought that was a really nice detail.
Yes, and I forgot what's it called. I was gonna say this earlier. I forgot when I was gonna say. I think it was when Daniel was talking about Tails. But the whole hero thing with Sonic, I had some issues with, because I'm not really picky about a lot of stuff, but I think Sonic's characterization in particular, I'm kind of picky with, just because I see, or not I see, but I think it works in a specific way, and I feel like it really, really builds upon itself in other characters in a certain way, and I feel like this version of the character kind of threw that all out the window. I hate the fact that he's trying to be a hero, and I feel like that's kind of like goes against what Sonic is in the games, because even if you look at the first game, correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the whole thing there was Sonic saw Eggman, you know, roboticizing the animals and doing what he was doing to nature, and then just kind of stepped in. I can't let this dude do this, you know what I mean? So it was more so like a call to action thing than it was I'm explicitly going out. Okay, it should be live again, I think. Thank God for YouTube. Oops. Okay, we're back, guys. We should be back again. I would do something about it if I could, but it already started, so just watch it back on replay or whatever if you want to get a full thing. But what I was saying was Sonic has always kind of been going from that angle of he just so happens to be doing these things that benefit people. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going too far out of his natural better nature to do the things that he does. He just so happens to do that because that's how he chooses to live his life, and that's just kind of how he rolls, period, you know? And it's like, that's just kind of always been the way he was, and like the type of character he was and how he kind of operated, you know? And so for him to go from that to in the movie, it's just like, I want to be a hero. I'm going to do this and I want to do that, and you know what I mean? Like, it just kind of like lame to me, if I'm going to be honest, especially the line of being a hero isn't about, what did he say? It's not about taking care of yourself, but taking responsibilities for others. I don't think that's in line with the character at all, if I'm going to be entirely honest. I don't think any part of that falls in line with Sonic the Hedgehog. His whole thing is he takes care of himself, and he just so happens to take care of other people because he's taking care of himself, you know? Like, the situations that he gets into with Eggman and all that type of stuff, that's because Eggman is fucking with his space, you know? Like, his all his stuff, you know what I mean? And it's not to say Sonic is, like, overly selfish or anything like that, but just to say, again, this is stuff he just so happens to do. He's not explicitly going out of his way to do it. And I think that's why the whole, what you said before, Daniel, with it being thoughts into power as opposed to thoughts in reality, I feel like that's kind of exemplified that, because it's like a thing of like, he's so self-assured of himself. That's like the most exemplified through Supersonic, you know what I mean? Like, the way I look at Supersonic personally is like, that's the pinnacle of Sonic. Like, that's him as he is in the very most present moment to the highest degree, if that makes sense. I have no clue if that makes sense. There's a lot of stuff, but like, that's just sort of like, that's peak pinnacle Sonic is supposed to be the thing, you know? But again, I think it's just the thing of like the writer not really understanding the character like that, which I'm not gonna get too upset about it, because I really didn't expect the guy to have some sort of like deep rooted knowledge of the Sonic lore and Sonic characterization and all that sort of stuff. But that's something that definitely bothered me, and it kind of took me out of it. Just that line in particular. Sonic has never been a person who's like, I'm going to take care of you, you're my responsibility. It's always been the opposite. He thinks people are fully capable of taking care of themselves. And when he sees someone like infringing on other people's ability to do so, or he sees someone, you know, taking away that option for other people, then he kind of steps in, because he himself doesn't agree with that. That sort of goes against his own personal code, his own creed, if that makes sense. So that's kind of where I stood on that. And I think Sonic is the only character I'm still not a fan of in the movies, if I'm going to be honest. I think I like every other aspect of it. I can tolerate movie Sonic 2 because he's kind of cool sometimes, but generally speaking, I kind of look at it as sort of like this is not as cool as game Sonic, and it's really taking me out of the experience at points.
I
mean, well,
thankfully this is a debate, because I disagree with a lot.
same, bro.
Okay.
That's some shit to say.
Okay, let's go. Let's hear it.
I mean, first of all, I mean, I think Sonic, there is a big difference between movie Sonic and game Sonic, but I don't think it's the fact that Sonic is a hero that goes out to save other people. I think that's always been his thing. Like, ever since the classic games, like, Sonic has always been protecting nature and the people around him. Like, I think there was a quote, I think it was in the Sonic Adventure manual, I don't know where it was, but it was like, the only thing Sonic hates is oppression.
Right.
Anything that is oppressing, like, any kind of nature or anything, that's not what he's okay with.
Right.
And the biggest difference from movie Sonic and game Sonic is that game Sonic does not have a character arc. He is pretty much Goku in the sense that he has always been good. He's always been a hero. He doesn't need to improve. His main character in the games, his duty is to bring others on board of being a hero. So yeah,
I'm dead.
For an example, like bringing Knuckles and Tails to the good side. Well, Tails was always on the like. His job in the games is to empower others, but in the movie, he's going through this character arc of how to deal with his powers and responsibility. And I actually think the reason why this movie wasn't terribly panned in critics was because they actually did the theme in this movie of responsibility really good. Because a big reason why I don't watch kids films is because when they talk about the message, when they show the message of the film or the themes of the film, they kind of suck at it, and they give like the most shallow BS that like every kids film guy, you know, like do unto others as you do unto you. But with Sonic, they went into like some really Sonic movie 2. They went into some really cool stuff about responsibility, and it's about responsibility of power, kind of like Spider-Man in a way. For example, at the end with the Master Emerald, you had like the Echidnas and you know, the Ravenclaw clan. They clashed over years for that stuff, but now Sonic has the responsibility to, as Sonic and Knuckles now have the responsibility to prevent that from ever happening again. Now that they have power, because you know, some people can do evil things with power, and it's your responsibility to do good things with that. I think the movie got Sonic right. It may not be game Sonic at all, but it's a different interpretation of Sonic that I really like.
Yeah, and I can agree with that. I think that's ultimately the biggest thing that my issues come down with, is it's just like, I think the best way to put it is it's not even like this Sonic is like, it's just like I guess I have my bias and my preference towards game Sonic. Not to say this Sonic is bad, but you are right. It is a totally different sort of angle that they're going at with the character. So I do hear you there on that point.
Yeah, I think the main reason why they went down this route was because I think it's hard to sell the movie audience who are not familiar with Sonic on the idea of Sonic not having a character arc like how he does in it.
Yeah, and I actually, it's funny you say that, because when I was watching the movie today, I definitely had a moment where, I forget what part it was, but where I was just like, what's it called? I just kind of got reminded, like, this is definitely, like, sort of like the references and all that sort of stuff, that's the stuff that's in there for the hardcore Sonic fans, you know what I mean? The rest of the stuff, I kind of have to go into it from that angle of, I'm just gonna accept it and like appreciate it for what it is, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
oh no, go ahead, keep going.
I'll add to that. Yeah. So I mean, basically, like, I'm not gonna say it's like a bad thing. Like, again, it's a pretty good interpretation of like the whole responsibility kind of character arc. But I do think just generally, again, Sonic, I think he is definitely a character to take care of others, but he does it not to be a hero, but just because he does it because it's right, and he just believes in protecting other people's. And that's what makes him cool, I think. Like that's one of his character traits that make him cool and appealing to us. So when he's protecting others, not because he wants to, but because he's being taught that he has to in order to be a hero, it's just not as cool.
Right. Yeah, and I think I agree. I think that's you said what I was trying to say in a much more concise way. I think that's what it is. I think it's a lot cooler when he's doing this stuff just because that's how he rolls and that's what he believes in, as opposed to, you know, Tom sort of telling him, if you want to be a hero, that's how you be a hero, I guess, you know? Like, I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Honestly, what I'm getting from this discussion is that we need a Sonic anime that is not Sonic X.
I agree with you, bro.
You know, we were robbed of that. We were gonna have that, but they turned it into Sonic Prime.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I will never get over that. We were actually robbed.
Is this an actual thing? Can you explain?
Wait, really?
I remember seeing an article about this, but don't quote me on this. But
Okay.
apparently it was gonna be an anime, but they decided to change it to a CGI last minute because they thought like it would be more marketable towards children.
Man, fuck them kids.
I wouldn't be surprised, yeah, because they rated Sonic Prime and it got like that Super Kitty rating, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think that exactly means anything yet, because these are the same people who made Ninjago, and it does.
That is true.
Yeah.
Fiction,
I mean, it could be good. Yeah, you're right. Ninjago was heat, but yeah, even in the chat, like there are moments where I think in this movie Sonic is very much so. So like I think it's more so a thing of like some of the lines specifically irked me the wrong way, where I'm just sort of looking at it from the sense of like that kind of takes away from the coolness factor a little bit, because I think a good way to put it is it kind of makes him seem like a Boy Scout a little bit, to me at least, when he says stuff like dude, I want to be a hero or whatever, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
it kind of gives him a little bit of a Boy Scout energy, just like I think the moment when, you know, he saved Knuckles and he was just like, I didn't want you to drown, you know, like that was a perfect example of just like, you know, well, I'm doing it because I didn't want you to die, you know. So I think that's another.
I think he truly wanted to save Knuckles, and I think that was a really good moment for Sonic in the movie. But the different interpretations of Sonic is really interesting, because you got the OVA where Sonic, he's low-key a dick. Like, he doesn't want to save anyone.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there talking shit the entire time. You got the games where he saves the day his way. He doesn't care about what anyone says. He doesn't have any growth. He's already a hero. He's done everything. In this movie, he's being told what to do, and because he's learning and whatnot. And it kind of gives me the Spider-Man effect, where people think Spider-Man should be this way. So then once there's a new interpretation of the character, it's different. Like like low-key, while like in this debate, when you were talking about Sonic being told what to do, I just got flashbacks of like the Tom Holland being told what to do.
Oh no!
I can see that, actually. I can see that. That's funny.
Remember when people said
Sonic Boy
Tom
Jr.?
Holland would voice Tails? Mr. Sonic!
Yes, I do remember that. Oh my god, that's so funny.
I'm happy we got Colleen. Like, I don't hate Tom Holland, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely Colleen is Tails, is just, she kills it. Like, even her, for sure, her voice performance was the one I enjoyed the most out of all the actors in this movie. I want to see how Idris Elba sounds when he has like more time with Knuckles. Like, I'm curious to see how he sounds in like the show. Because his Knuckles was really good for sure, but I think most people just like, you know, like when they get more familiar with a role, they kind of, you know, get more comfortable, like, you know what I mean. So I'm curious to see how that is. Like, this is just his first time with the character, so I want to, you know, curious to see how it goes later on and stuff like that.
Wait, honestly, I do have one critique about the characters in this movie.
Okay.
And honestly, it's not so much the characters, it's just the movie in general.
Okay.
The movie goes from like upbeat action, and then whenever there's a sad moment, it instantly hits into the sad moment. It does not take any time at all to transition. Like, Sonic's like jumping around and doing high fives, and then like sad music starts playing. Sonic starts whispering. It's like, it's so weird and cringy. I don't know. I can't watch it in the theater. I always cringe.
No, I feel you. Actually, I think the best. That wedding scene is a good example of that, because it just goes from... the wedding scene, I think, is the best example of that, because it goes from that funny scene with, you know, Maddie and Rachel, you know, just beating up those gun guys, and then all of a sudden, Sonic's like, I gotta do this on my own. Look at Tails, and then it just cuts to Tails. He's knocked out. You know, he's just not there. And he's like, I gotta do this. And it's like the most, like, crazy thing. Like, they're cracking jokes, and then it's just dead Tails.
It's like the Family Guy death meme, you know, where they did that one pose.
Yeah, dude, you know what's funny? When Tails came in, it was literally a Family Guy flashback. Do you remember that one time in the baseball field? And then it's like the one shot, I was watching you, dude, now I'm here. It's crazy. Oh my gosh, oh my lord. But I think that was about everything, I think, for Sonic movie 2. I guess let's talk about Eggman and I think I want to talk about two things: Eggman and Stone. For sure. What are you guys' thoughts on all of that?
I got thoughts about Eggman, but I want.
No, dude, I freaking had it.
Eggman is hacking you.
I know I'm getting hacked by the freaking Eggman Empire. But we're back. It seems to be back up now. Is it up on your guys' end?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, at the very least, I'm grateful I can resume it. I'm just going to rock with it. Next time we do a debate, these issues will for sure be ironed out. But, okay. Matt says he's going to save his Eggman critiques for the Sonic 3 section. What about you two? Do you guys have anything you guys want to say about all that?
I guess, like, I don't know. I liked Eggman in the first movie, and I think, like, in the second movie, I'm not too big of a fan of his performance. I think that he's gone for, like, a more unhinged kind of character, but, like, unhinged in a way where he just does a bunch of random stuff. Like, I think in the last movie, a lot of his unhingedness was from his, like, insecurities, so I felt like it kind of worked. Like, the jokes also worked with the character. Yeah. And I guess in this movie, it kind of makes sense because he's been, like, stuck on a mushroom planet with, like, no one to talk to for, like, a few months. Yeah. But I guess I'm not, like, too big of a fan when Eggman, like, jumps on a car and starts, like, licking it like a dog or something.
Right, okay, I get that.
This is my turf, G. Starts flossing.
Yeah, okay, I get that. And I kind of agree with you, too. I think definitely some of this stuff was just kind of... I think what's important is with Eggman is, like, sort of have that unhinged, have that, like, very present sort of underlying layer of, like, sinister to it, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's when Eggman's the coolest, just because, like, I don't know. I think it was just, like, for me, for sure. He kind of started acting like Sonic with the kind of references and stuff. Well, not references, but just sort of like the, you know, like the little things he would do, like the random stuff and all that sort of stuff. Like, because I don't think he ever flossed or made some type of, you know, thing like that in the first movie. And again, like you said, I get like him being more unhinged because he was on the mushroom planet for a while, but it was also just a thing of like, what's it called? Just like it just felt more like random than it did like, you know, he was going kind of insane. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, I do got something to say here.
Okay.
It ain't got nothing to do with Sonic Movie 3 here. Have any of you played Sonic after the sequel? It's a fan game.
Oh yeah, I played it a while ago though.
Yeah, you know the final boss where it's Eggman.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so okay, this is a weird, interesting thing I always like seeing Eggman be. I want to see a muscular ass Eggman fighting Sonic. I don't know why, but like seeing Eggman fit, just beating the shit out of Sonic, that's just badass. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's a weird thing did not think I ever wanted to see, but this was one of the only times I saw Sonic be badass in a long time. Mm-hmm. You fighting Eggman in this movie, yeah. I love Jim Carrey as Robotnik.
Okay, all right, heard.
Muscular Jim Carrey.
Yes, dude. He said he wanted to see Fat Eggman in 3, and I'm with him. I think if he's on board for it, I'm definitely on board for it.
I'm down for it, but muscular Eggman, bro.
Yes, dude. He gets all freaking fat, and then he just shreds all of the weight with the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. That'll be so epic.
Doctors hate this one trick.
Exactly. They hate him for it. Okay, but I think that would definitely be it. Unless, do you have anything you want to add, Temzy, or are you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So with that out of the way, we can move on to talking about the Knuckles series, and then we'll talk about Sonic Movie 3. And then, again, just to reiterate, after all that, we'll take some fan input and stuff. I would love to keep the discussion going for a little longer, but because of like all the technical issues and stuff like that, probably should keep it on the shorter side. But I also want to give you guys the time to, you know, say what you got to say. So let's just start with the Knuckles stuff, unless none of you have anything to say about the Knuckles series.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it, and I really hope we see the chaotics there. But aside from that, I don't really have anything to say. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see.
Pretty skeptical.
Okay.
I know you're a Halo fan. Have you seen Halo on
Yes,
Paramount
dude.
Plus?
I hate that show. It's so terrible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
And what I'm thinking is like this Knuckles show. It's gonna be on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
The budget isn't gonna be that very big, so it's gonna be relying on dialogue, and I'm fine with that. I actually think action movies are kind of boring, but I don't know how the fan base is going to react to a dialogue-based Sonic series. I don't know if they'd like that.
That's a good point, because that Halo show is very dialogue based. Like, even when they have their action scenes, like it's sick as hell, but for the most part they're just sitting around talking. So that's definitely what it's gonna be. Plus, I don't think the CGI is gonna be as good as those those like real life advertisements they have with Sonic. I feel like it's gonna look like those than it does the movies.
We gotta get the what was it? It was what was the one with like Shadow playing basketball?
Shadow basketball.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that, dude. But yeah,
I'm kind of scared of that show, honestly.
Okay. I hear you, actually, bro. I hear you. I didn't think about it like that, but that's true. It probably is going to be dialogue. Definitely is going to be dialogue driven. Yeah, do you have anything to add to that, Daniel? Because if not, we'll just go to Sonic 3.
I mean, I guess I have some, like... I actually, hearing, like, the idea of having chaotics, I think that'd be cool. Yeah, it is weird, because, like, again, the visual effects probably aren't going to be as good, because it's going to be, like, low budget, and it's probably going to be more dialogue-based. I think that's... I don't know, if they just turn it into like a slice of life where Knuckles learns about the Earth's like culture, I think that could work. If they didn't want to go for like an action oriented thing. But I do want them to introduce probably Rouge and the Angel Island at the very least in the TV series. And I think that'd be cool. Like,
I have, is it gonna be a prequel or?
Yeah, I don't
know. After the movie?
There Jeff Fowler said in an interview that he has no idea what this series is going to be yet.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's reassuring.
Okay. Yeah, so he's not even involved with this.
I don't know if he is. He just said he has no idea what it's going to be yet.
Oh, okay. It could also just have been something that they greenlit, and that's like it. Like, it's, make a Knuckles show, but it's not because anyone, had like an idea or anything like that, but just because they saw an opportunity to make some more money. So that could definitely be it. I wouldn't be surprised if that was kind of the angle they were going at with that. But I would agree. I think it would be cool to see Angel Island and Rouge too. I think that if they're gonna do a Knuckles series, I would love to see a Knuckles series where Rouge is his like sort of partner or backup, as opposed to like Sonic or Tails.
I think Rouge would be like more of a rival, kind of like in Sonic Adventure 2, how they're like first introduced to each other, kind of fighting for the Master Emerald. Yeah. So I think it'd be cool if she was more of an antagonist in the series, and then once Sonic 3 happens, that's when they become partners.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get that. Yeah. I can see that for sure.
I got a lot to say about Rouge for Sonic Movie 3.
Oh no.
Okay, so if that's the case, then at this point in time, let's just kind of shift the discussion to Sonic 3, just because there isn't really anything to talk about with the Knuckles show, aside from the fact that we're getting a Knuckles show. So yeah, how about you go ahead and start this one, Matt, because you seem to have like a lot of things to say already. So
I want to make bets on this stream. I want to do all that. But Rouge, first and foremost, the best marketing for this movie is to put Rouge in the trailer. It starts trending on Twitter because the same Lola Bunny nonsense, right? And everybody's like freaking out, posting pictures of Rouge, making fan art, and then bam, marketing 101. And you guys may deny it, but it's true. It's gonna trend on Twitter.
Nah, I can't even deny that.
I can't. Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen.
You got a point.
If Shadow was trending, Rouge is. I think Rouge started trending after Shadow started trending. So we already, you're already kind of.
It's marketing, man.
Okay, no, I hear you though. I hear you. Is this stream? Hold on, is this stream? Yeah, it is. Bro, I'll be getting. This is piquing my anxiety right now. I swear to God. I swear to God, my PC is just fucking with me at this point. But go ahead about your stuff with Eggman, the stuff that you were going to talk about.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know Jim Carrey said he's retiring, but I think he should stay for the trilogy. Just end off the trilogy, and then he can retire. Like, just the first 3 movies, and then that's all we need of Jim Carrey. I'm fine if he goes. We just need a proper conclusion to story, because in Sonic Movie 2, I didn't feel like that was a proper conclusion.
Yeah.
And I have an idea. Like, an awesome conclusion, I think, would be, is like, if they bring back the Ark and it's going to be crashing to the Earth, what if instead of Shadow sacrificing himself, it's actually Eggman?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like Eggman's gonna work with Sonic at the end of the day anyways if they're following the SA2 storyline, so
yeah,
they could easily do that in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I hear you. That's actually an interesting idea. One thing I was gonna, it's interesting you bring up the Ark, because they've, you know, like we established before, they're just doing this mishmash of Sonic lore. I was wondering, do you think we're gonna get the Ark, or do you think we're gonna get the Death Egg for Sonic 3?
Oh, I hope the Death Egg, but the Ark is fine.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it. I think I would prefer the Death Egg too. I think the Death Egg would be cooler to see.
The Death Egg would be perfect, because, like, think about it. With Sonic's character, he's a comic book nerd. They can make a Star Wars reference in the movie.
Yeah,
that's what I was like. I was like, dude, he loves, you know, spouting off these references already. Like, dude, the Death Egg would be just a landmine for them.
literally.
Just so much potential there. Also, I just wanted to say, that reminded me with the reference, the Vin Diesel versus The Rock joke was like the funniest joke in the movie. That shit was hilarious.
It was.
Yeah, it was hilarious. But
yeah, I think I want to make a bet for this movie.
okay,
I don't know if anyone's willing to bet this, because I think it's a pretty safe bet, but
I think it would be a fun thing to do. What's your bet?
I think for sure Sonic and Shadow are gonna go super together.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no way they can miss out on that.
Yeah,
There's
definitely. That if they already
No
established
way.
Super Sonic in this movie, for sure that's gonna have the next movie.
There's no way.
Yeah, I think honestly, a more interesting bet would be, do you think the Bio Lizard's gonna be in the movie?
Nah.
You don't think so?
I don't think the Bio Lizard would come.
We might get a reference to it, but like I don't think it'll be a major plot point.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's fair, because it wasn't even a major plot point in SA2. It was just the final boss.
Yeah, honestly, I hope they do something with Chaos, because like in Sonic Adventure 1, I feel like I like Sonic Adventure 1, but they kind of dropped the ball on Chaos, because it's always been established since the classics that Sonic can't swim, and Chaos is literally like made out of water, and they did not like put those two things together and make any kind of dire situations in the story because of that, and I kind of felt that was a missed opportunity. That'd be cool in the movie.
Okay, I hear you with that, actually. That would be, I'm not gonna lie, that would be if they really wanted to end the trilogy off with like a bang, I definitely could see them doing that with like the final boss for like Adventure, for sure, with like Chaos, for sure, because that would be like a whole, you know, condensed. Actually, no, never mind, because they're just skipping to SA2. Never mind. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere with that. But I can.
Do you think?
Go ahead.
Do you think we could get some form of live and learn?
That's a good question.
Actually, wait. Yeah, because like
I feel like that's like the one Crush 40 thing they would have to do. Sonic and Shadow turning super.
Yeah.
I've noticed that the filmmakers, Jeff Fowler, he listens to criticism very closely from the Sonic fan base. He listens to Sonic fans, which I really like, because like you can see this, there's less humans in this movie. It's all Sonic characters and shit.
Right. Okay, we should be back soon though.
Hey guys, look at this
Stream
funny
right
meme I
now.
made.
We back. We back.
Okay. Expo
Look at
got
this funny meme I
jokes.
made.
Oh, it's hilarious, man.
Let's see.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. So, as I was saying, where was I?
You were, or do you remember?
Oh, we were talking about Live and Learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the two biggest criticisms of the past two movies is that they never use video game music, and I don't think they should like port over like Live and Learn OST into the movie, but like a new rendition of the song. Something completely new, or an orchestral of doesn't have to be Live and Learn, just any Sonic music in general. I feel like I think video game music is gonna be in this movie. Jeff Fowler, I think he listened to the criticism. And that's all people been saying at this point. Twitter had like a meltdown because Crush 40 was in the movie. So I mean,
Really?
there was a whole thing about that.
Wow. Okay. All right. Heard, bro.
Yeah, I mean, they could be, like, saving it up for, the third movie, because Crush 40 being in, like, the first two movies makes absolutely no sense, because they were not in Sonic 1 or 2 or 3 and Knuckles, so... it could definitely happen in this one, but also, they did have friends in the first movie, like, from Hyper Potions.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like, during the Baby Sonic scene, they had the little Mania opening music.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say it's like out of the question. But at the same time, they do shy away from it like a lot. Like there's no video game movie in this movie at all, except for like the drowning theme. But that's like a really light, like it's just a motif that appears very.
In the movie.
Yeah, you wouldn't even. I didn't even notice it until someone pointed it out.
Yeah, I only noticed it the second time because someone said it was in the movie, so I was like listening for it.
Yeah.
You know how powerful it'd be to hear like the first riff of Live and Learn in the theater?
I would lose it.
That would hit different.
I would lose my mind, dude. Like I was telling Daniel, but what's it called? At the end credits scene when they were cleaning up the Death Egg Robo and the one agent, she was just like from 50 years ago. I lost it in the theater. I was like, Shadow! And
I was like, Shadow!
It was just crazy.
Dude. That was wild. My theater went crazy for it. I had a kid behind me the entire movie. He was explaining Sonic lore to his mother.
That's so cool. Oh,
Hey, baby Expo. That has to be Expo.
yeah,
He was
Expo.
talking about chaos, the echidnas. He knew more about it than me, dude.
No
That's
way
so
that is
sick.
That is
That's
Expo,
so
the
cool.
next generation.
Yeah, he was like
dude.
6 or 8, dude. He couldn't have been above the age of 10. It was, oh my lord.
That's sick as hell. And he just go and he's like, okay, mom, here, I'm gonna make sure you understand what's going on. No, but yeah, I think for sure a lot of promise in Sonic 3. I agree. I hope Eggman sticks around for just to cap off the trilogy for sure. And I also think that just because it's like a thing where what's it called? Now they're doing the adventure stuff. Then I can kind of see Crush 40 coming in with the third one in Shadow and stuff. And that's just such an iconic moment. Like that's just a big gaming moment, you know? Like I feel like most of Sonic's most iconic moments kind of come from SA2. So they gotta honor that in some way. I'm really hoping, for me personally, I want to see a gun truck chase scene. I really want to see that.
Yeah, I feel like they could do that.
Yeah,
and honestly, like it might make more sense in this movie because, like in SA2, they're like, Sonic the Hedgehog, arrest him, and it showed like Shadow on the camera. It's like, guys, that's not Sonic. Like if somebody's speeding around at blitzing speed, causing destruction,
right,
you have to assume it's Sonic unless you get a close up. Like,
right.
So it's like arrest Sonic. Like,
right. Okay.
It makes sense.
Yeah, and it also they also kind of established in this movie that gun was created, kind of not like maybe not created to deal with Sonic, but just like it was a byproduct of Sonic like being there, you know. Or like it resulted from him, I guess is a good way of saying it. So they also weren't very friendly to him in this movie. So you could probably come up with some reason to be like, you know, yeah, this time around, they're gonna imprison him for sure. And Maddie's like, leave him alone, get him out of there. No, he's going to jail.
And Tom throws some hands.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, he punches another dude in the face.
Yeah, Tom just be punching people just left and
we
right.
We need Eggman to point a gun at Amy and Tails again.
Oh,
let's
yeah.
go, dude.
That's gonna be raw.
That'd be so epic. But yeah, I'm thinking about that. I guess my thing too is, I guess this is another thing I would love to hear is, do you guys expect to see Metal Sonic in the next movie at all? Or do you think they're just gonna skip that altogether?
Like, in the next is in Sonic 4 or?
I don't know. I guess in anything.
50-50.
I mean,
I feel like
definitely
they might
you have
in
to
a
bring it
future
in.
movie, but I'm not sure about the next one.
Okay.
That's a possibility.
It's possible, but I ain't gonna bank on it.
Okay, heard. I hear you guys. Which is kind of a shame. I think I was definitely kind of eager and excited to see Metal Sonic like on screen, but yeah, if they're just gonna skip straight to Shadow, I guess, you know, he's also already kind of like a Sonic clone in himself, so
It would be kind of cool if oh my, I'm about to give Heroes a compliment.
let's go.
Don't let Cisco hear this.
It'd be kind of cool, like how Metal Sonic was like copying like databases and shit throughout the game, like becoming stronger. What if like throughout the movie where Sonic and Shadow is fighting, like Metal Sonic is becoming stronger, analyzing the both of them? Kind of like Heroes in a way. I guess I could see that playing out where Sonic and Shadow would have to team up against that, but honestly, that sounds like some Dragon Ball Z type shit.
I mean, they did do the thing with like the Chaos Emeralds scattering like Dragon Ball Z, so you never know what else they could do.
Wait, so I'm confused. The Chaos Emeralds scattered, but they have the Master Emerald still?
Yeah.
Yeah, Knuckles has it.
Okay, so they just like uncased the emeralds and they're
Pretty small,
doing their
Master.
own thing now,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, that makes sense.
Freak, dude! I thought you liked Sonic. I thought you were a lore master too.
Who, me? I
you.
needed some clarification on the movie specifically, because I'm not gonna lie, when I watched this movie both times, I really went into it. This is a kid's movie. Don't read into it too much. I had to tell myself before I went into it.
Animals are flying in the sky, bro.
I saw because even when I saw it today, I saw them like. I didn't see them scatter, I guess. They went into the sky, but I didn't see them scatter, so I was kind of confused. I'm also not the smartest, the sharpest tool in the shed, so...
Yeah, also, you guys, like, maybe this is a small critique, but, like, I'm fine with the Master Emerald being kind of small, even though I could probably lose that under my bed, but, like, those Chaos Emeralds, they're too tiny, man. They look like replicas.
They are
I
tiny.
don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I get that, because it's like the rings are already, like, they kind of seem like just only slightly bigger than the rings, if I'm being honest.
But they, like, expand. But the
Right.
Chaos Emeralds, they're just tiny little gemstones. Like,
Yeah.
bro,
I mean,
like,
I
a drop
don't
it under the
mind.
feet, gone.
It's
Here's this
gone.
form of like practicality. Like in the game, Sonic like carries around these big ass emeralds, but they're like not there. He has no pockets and anything. So I think that's just a practicality thing.
Yeah, I can get that too, because the Sonic games kind of operate on cartoon logic at points in time. Like, he just reaches behind his back and pulls those things out half the time.
Then
So,
again, they gave Tails a backpack, so I mean,
dude, Tails' backpack was so funny when the girl comes up to Maddie and she's like, Sonic's friend dropped this, and it's just that, like, pristine little baby backpack. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I kind of get what you're saying with the emeralds. They were very, very small little baby emeralds. But yeah, that's what I was confused about. I wasn't quite sure, because even with the lore and the thing, they said they said that they made the Master Emerald out of the Chaos Emeralds by like forming them together, you know. So when he put it back together, I was a little confused, and now I'm at a point where I'm wondering what the purpose of the Master Emerald is in universe. Like, does it still have power?
I mean, I
without
guess in
the
a way
emeralds, or-
it does have. I think it's like a way to control the emeralds, because again, it's like the container for the emeralds. So in a way, it has like power over them.
Okay.
But I guess it doesn't really make too much sense. I think like, just like from just knowing the movie lore, it's just kind of like it doesn't say that the Master Emeralds has power. It does tell you that it's forged from the Chaos Emerald. So you would assume that the power comes from the Chaos Emeralds and not the actual Master Emerald itself. So it just kind of seems like you just put together like the container, but the container has like no power to it. It's like it's kind of worthless without the emeralds.
Right.
So it'd be something like you would have to like know the Sonic lore, or at least played like, I don't know, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, to know that it does have some power separate from the Chaos Emeralds.
Okay, I hear you. That actually kind of makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. I'm trying to see if I have any more questions to just ask you guys about Sonic 3 specifically.
Actually, I think I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
How do you guys think they're gonna tackle Maria?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Ooh,
With
that
a
is
gun.
true.
Yeah, that's actually interesting. I think they're probably gonna go back into the foster child thing for Eggman. They'll probably expand on that a little bit.
Which is why they need Eggman back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they can still kill her by like insinuating, like heavily insinuating that she got killed, but not showing it. As much as I'd love to watch get her brains blown out, like, I mean, I think they can insinuate it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't need to be like super gory or anything. You can have like a gunshot and it's all off screen.
Yeah, and you just see her face and something like that.
Yeah,
Just like in Sonic X, where Gerald gets fucking executed.
Yeah,
The kids watch Cream, Chris, Tails, they watch this old man
Bro,
brains blown out.
we get to see Jim Carrey's dad, dude.
Dude, let's freaking go.
Bro, Willem Dafoe.
Yes, well,
That would be sick.
Exactly,
It has to be.
would.
Yeah, that would be sick. That's interesting, yeah. I mean, they're all gonna have to have been, because they said that at the end of the first one they were talking about how, what's it called? They were like scrubbing Eggman from all of their databases and stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of like, leaned into, because it seems to be a practice already in the military in this universe. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a thing of like, I don't know, maybe Tom will have something to do with Sonic and then uncovering it, little police guy. I'm not too sure, honestly.
Maybe Tom can team up with Shamar Moore and they can go raid the gun bases together.
Dude, let's freaking go. I saw on Twitter this was like just some suggestion or like a headcanon someone had, but they were talking about how they thought that Shadow was gonna be Rachel and what's that guy's name? The guy she married? Rachel and
Randall.
Yeah, Rachel and Randall. They were gonna be, he was gonna be like their quote unquote kid. And then Rachel would brag into Maddie and them about how well behaved Shadow is and how he doesn't cause any trouble. And then Shadow's just gonna be a fucking menace behind the scenes.
I could honestly see that like working.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like,
that's
that's
good.
kind of funny to see.
So, actually, what do you guys think about, do you guys think they're gonna tell a lot of jokes about Shadow being edgy?
I wouldn't be surprised if
I feel like it's expected by now.
Yeah.
I'm expecting it, but how far do you guys think they're gonna dip their toes into Shadow being edgy?
They're gonna call him Batman.
Oh my
Well,
God,
I mean-
he is black.
Well, no, I mean, like, how much do
I
you
said
guys
black.
think they're going to joke about him being edgy when he just starts, like, taking ice cream from children?
Oh, that would be funny, dude. I'm telling you, if Movie Shadow literally like takes a ice cream from a kid and just licks it, and Sonic's like, Tom, and then he's just like, I didn't do anything. I'd lose my shit in the theater, dude. I'd go
Bro,
crazy.
imagine if they have this one scene where Shadow walks into a classroom, unzips his bag, and everyone runs off.
Yo, what if it's like a emerald hunt or something? You think we're gonna get a fourth emerald line? He may not say damn, but you think they're gonna reference it at all?
I think, yeah, there's so many possibilities, man.
Where's that fourth
You
emerald?
could say they're endless.
Cuts
Yes,
off.
dude, literally. Yeah. So this is like the last one, because we can't have no cohesive discussion, bro.
For real.
Yeah, sorry guys, but yeah, we also got 2 more Sonic things coming out, so I got you guys for those, and then I'll make sure to see if I can figure out what's going on with the PC, just to make sure that all this cutting stuff doesn't happen next time. But there are going to be more opportunities for us to do this, so I'm not tripping too hard.
I hope you're not tripping too hard.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. I appreciate the kind words. But yeah, I think that's about it for Sonic 3. Just because, and I was telling them this, guys, but I think we're just going to wrap it up around here just because of the technical difficulties. I would have loved to have it go on for longer, but it just makes it hard for us to have, like, conversation when I have to cut people off every time to be like, let me relaunch OBS. So I guess we're gonna open it up to some questions and comments and stuff like that. So if you guys have anything that you want us to talk about specifically, or like any comments that you guys have that you want us to highlight and sort of, you know, take some time to discuss and whatnot, let us know right now, so we can do all of that.
Expul's in chat. He's about
Baba Booey.
I know Expul, just this troublemaker up to no good.
Don't give us too bad of a question, man.
Yeah,
Dude, they should put fist bump in the next movie.
that'd be so epic, dude. Imagine Infinite shows up.
Oh man,
That's funny. I hope someone starts like a joke gimmick account. Just put Infinite in the Sonic movie, just for no fucking reason.
don't give me ideas, bro. I'll actually
Damn it.
Would Sonic meet the Joker, guys?
I forgot
We should've
about
ended the
that.
stream, man. We should have ended it. This
Yeah.
wasn't it. This ain't it.
Wow, that's crazy. I totally forgot
Yeah,
someone
fuck.
asked that question. That's so funny. Wow, that was an error for Sonic, huh? Zavik post credit scene, dude. Did you guys see that one article where it was like talking about Zavik in the Sonic movies, and then one of their reasons was he's heavily connected to Shadow. Did you see that? Yeah, Zavik in Sonic movie 3, dude.
Actually,
Oh yeah, I remember this tweet.
I think we can spell out that. What do you guys think the credit scene for Sonic movie 3 will be?
That's so
I hope it's
I
Blaze
finally
that
found
catches
him. Bitch, Bliss Trigger.
Oh, Silver?
Yes!
Oh, that would be
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm thinking, yeah, they'll just literally have Sonic and Shadow interacting. Ha, Shadow, you're not that bad after all. And then be like, faker. And then you just see like Silver in the distance. I finally found him. The Bliss
Yes,
Trigger.
dude.
Awesome, man.
Hey, thank you, Ritz. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
man.
Yes. Dude. I'd actually be
Yes,
down
Tom
for
Holland.
that.
It has to be Tom Holland.
Tom Holland Silver.
Tom Holland is Silver the Hedgehog.
Actually would
Yes,
work.
dude.
That would work so well.
Yeah, I feel like that would work.
Yeah.
Tom Holland is Silver the Hedgehog. Dude,
Bro,
they do
we
a
can-
whole Sonic.
please.
That would be crazy. I could not see movie Sonic in Sonic 06. That's so funny, dude.
I don't know how they'd market that film. They'd have to market it as
Yeah.
like colors, because like I ain't gonna market that as an 06 film. Like the media is gonna be like, nah, this ain't it, Chief.
I could. What's another like? I'm curious. Honestly, for me, I'm more so curious to see if this movie is gonna go past three movies. You know what I mean? Or not the movie. Sorry, the series. Like, if they do another movie after Sonic 3, I'm really curious as to what they would do. Definitely not Heroes. I feel like that's a little too, like, you know. Well, they could probably.
Kind of
Yeah.
sucked.
Yeah, I mean, if they kind of infuse like, I don't know, like Heroes into like maybe
Alright,
like
fellas, I
some
made
type
a
of
tweet.
hero
Now we
story,
wait.
they could probably do it. What is it?
Making subtweets.
I'm dead, dude. Oh, God. Yes, Silver Holland. We need him.
Still with Tom Holland.
Serious question: what storyline would you like to see if we get a whole Sonic cinematic universe?
All of them.
Honestly, yeah, I would love to see. I don't know how they would do it, but I would love to see a take on Sonic CD. I think that would be really cool. I still would love to see an on-screen Metal Sonic. That would be really cool.
Yeah,
It
I'm kind of hurt over the missed potential of Sonic Forces story, so you know.
Oh yeah,
That's gonna be the finale.
Oh, that's gonna be
How they
lit.
tell that. Imagine having like
Endgame.
the whole world in like horror, Everyone's being like refugees in America. The whole going down.
And Gunn is just like, Sonic, you have to beat him. You have to destroy Infinite.
You know, apparently during like Sonic Forces, it was only the animal parts of the world that was taken over, and the humans were just chilling.
Yeah.
I find that
that's a big old
complete
racist.
bullshit, bro.
That's bullshit, but it was the only way they could bring back everything being one world.
Yeah.
If they wanted to keep two worlds, then they could have made that make sense. But yeah.
Okay, I heard. Yeah, but I think for me, if I had to choose, I think it would be kind of cool to see Sonic Unleashed adapted. I think that would be an interesting story to do, because Unleashed already kind of functions as like the way it's written kind of reminds me of a movie with just sort of how it progresses and all that stuff. So I feel like you could condense it and make it like its own thing. I'd be interested if they made like an Unleashed movie. That'd be pretty cool. Plus they could also just do their own standalone stuff too, like where it's like, you know, for the most part they're bringing in characters and stuff and they make references to, I guess, like their debut games or storylines, but like it's all like generally like new stuff, and it's like they're working with like a new universe and stuff, you know.
I feel like if they're gonna make a cinematic universe, this is gonna be a Shadow the Hedgehog movie.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, I can't wait for that. That's gonna be rated R.
Dude, I would kill for it. Just like you see this like crazy, like just dorky looking cuddly hedgehog, and then at the end of the trailer, it's
Blood.
rated R. Yeah,
Rated R.
they have to have the gunshot effects too from Shadow the Hedgehog. Bum bum, rated R.
Yeah, you just see him pumping the shotgun.
Exactly.
Yeah,
bro.
they can do what Venom never did.
I'm fucking dead. I also wanted to say, because Expo just said that, I liked how they leaned into the nonsense of like the Olive Garden thing, and they just kind of made it a meme. I'm dead, Timsy. I'm dead. Dude, Shadow by Day.
Someone said that apparently that's the gun commander's like way of coping, because apparently he has some form of PTSD.
What?
So he leans on Olive Garden. That's so funny.
I don't know, man. Twitter says some funny shit.
Some hella funny stuff, bro. But
yeah,
honestly, I think that may, in fact, be it for this debate. Again, guys, I'm sorry, because I would have loved for it to, and it definitely would have continued for longer, and we would have just had a better discussion if we didn't have all the interruptions. But yeah, I think we're just reaching the tail end of the discussion already. Just one more call for questions and comments and anything like that before we end things and we all go our separate ways, dude.
You're giving Expo too much.
you have 30 seconds.
30
Go.
seconds, yeah, go.
too much power.
Go.
Oh god. Expo can type within 30 seconds. This is a terrible idea.
I know. Expo's still operating on that kitty brain for some reason. Oh, wait, hold on.
Like,
There, yep, I started reading it and I was just like, I started reading it.
Maria's head of Olive Garden.
Is the dude from Shadow who lived on the ark.
Morbius post-credit scene.
I love that.
Bro, Morbius sweep. Let's go.
And they what character would we like to see revealed? That's a good question to end on. Let's end on that question.
Silver.
Silver? Okay. Does everyone like, I guess, agree with that?
Tom Holland Silver. It has to happen.
No.
Okay.
I think like with the biggest thing, like because of Jim Carrey's retirement and all that, just because I think Eggman is such an important character to Sonic, like you can't really have Sonic without Eggman.
Yeah.
I think they should just introduce him Blaze in the next movie, and then just freaking have Eggman Negas stick around for the rest of the series.
Oh, dude, let's go. That's a good idea.
Or you could have Agent Stone take over.
Oh yeah, they could
I
just,
don't-
yeah, I could see that. Or
I'm not really a big fan of like Agent Stone taking over, just mainly because he doesn't really have like his whole motivation is he likes Eggman. So if he were to take over, his motivation would be getting revenge on Sonic and not taking over the world. So I just don't think that would really work.
Yeah.
That of that meme I made the other day. Let me send that to you real quick.
Yeah, I know the meme you're talking about, but like honestly, my main issue with Agent Stone is that
Play that.
yeah, Agent Stone's kind of a bitch. Like he
Yeah, he is
kind of a
a bitch.
pushover. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's his whole thing too, for sure. So, I get that. I get that.
I don't know, but maybe he could change in the next movie. He could finally crack.
He could. But even then, I kind of agree with Daniel. I think it's very hard to have Sonic without Eggman. They're like one and the same, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, they're both orphans.
Yes, dude. Yes.
I mean, I also think it's a matter of like, if Jim Carrey's not in the next movie, I don't know how they're gonna get this to sell, man. I don't know.
I agree. I don't know. I didn't realize how much Jim Carrey kind of makes these movies. When I was watching it again today, I was like, this would have a totally different feel if Jim Carrey was not in this movie.
Yeah,
Bro.
and I remember the only reason why I could get my mother to watch the movie was
Really?
because she knew that Jim Carrey was in it. She
Okay.
doesn't give a fuck about Sonic. Jim Carrey, bro.
Yeah, and I would say for me, if they do one more film in Archer, we actually already talked about that a little bit before. So once the stream's over, if you rewind, you'll be able to hear that whole discussion. But thanks for the question anyway. But I think I would be totally down if they were to introduce a Metal Sonic and they had him be a villain for like one film, and then that was just kind of it. I think that would be kind of cool, honestly. Like something of like maybe like they could do it like, funnily enough, they could kind of pull like a Dragon Ball and do like a Android 13, I think it was, you know, that android that just is built, you know, the little trucker guy. I don't know if you guys saw that movie. But
Sorry, dude, I don't watch Sonic.
Oh yeah.
yeah, just like his whole.
But yeah, guys, be sure to rewatch the stream so that Mono can get more watch hours.
Dude, thank you, bro. Exactly, dude. Just share the stream too, literally.
Yeah, share this shit out, man.
But no, yeah, that would be cool, dude. Thank you, man. Hold on, let me shut up so you can say that again, so they can hear you.
Subscribe, hit that bell,
Hit the funny bell. You have to hit the bell.
that like.
Dude, let's go. But yeah, what I was gonna say is 13, he's like built from like Jiro's like supercomputer, and he comes after Jiro's dead though. They could do like that, where if Eggman does actually leave in the last movie, it's like a thing where Metal Sonic, maybe he's like built after the fact as like some sort of contingency, and then he's just fucking shit up and they all think Eggman's behind it, but then, you know, the film ends and it's just like Metal Sonic and he's all sad because Eggman's not there. That would be interesting.
Man, I really killed Eggman that last time.
Yeah, Sonic's like, damn, he's really gone. You know, then he starts talking about like chili dogs and Keanu Reeves or something like that.
I
But
really killed Eggman. How can I deal with this?
how can I cope?
I let my powers get out of control.
I will make things right by helping others by keeping them safe.
Dude, I'm dead. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this time, guys. I want to get this out before OBS crashes again, but I just wanted to say thanks for you guys, Mad, Temzy, Daniel, for just stopping by for the debate already. Like I said, we're gonna have more of these throughout the year. Definitely, I would love for the next one to be bigger. This one was just like kind of just like I didn't give myself enough time to iron out the details with this one. But yeah, next one I want it to be bigger and I want it to be multiple people. Like it would be cool even if they were like, you know, a debate. I don't know. I have ideas actually. We could just talk about that later. But you know, thank you guys for stopping by. Everyone in the chat, thank you guys for showing up to be the audience for the debate. We all really appreciate you guys. Like they said, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. The links to their channels are in the description too, so be sure to check that out. But yeah, like again, thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Take care.
Baba booey.
Bye.
Oh man, now we can say controversial stuff.